Okay, yeah,
All
this
right.
weather's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Over here, Dorian, it's about to. We've had like 100-degree weather. I'm exaggerating, between 90 and 95 every day for the last 2 weeks, and now there's a massive thunderstorm coming. Anyway, I'm waiting for Phil because Felix Norman is doing the Chicago Pro, and he's a newbie. I don't think he's done a pro show yet. I think he turned pro a couple of years ago, and this is his first show. And I uh, I messaged him on Instagram, underneath his post, because he's putting progress
Hmm.
pics, and I was like, bro, you got to go up against Phil Clahar. I was like, I don't know who else is going to be on the show, but
Oh wow.
did he? Let me see if he wrote me back because I think he wrote me back. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. No, that's not it. Let's see. Notifications. Oh, he goes. Oh, right here. Okay. Where are we here? I can't see it on here, but let's go back. Notifications. All right, he just wrote nice. I said, oh, right here, you can see to the left. You'll be going up against Phil Clay. I'm not sure who else. And he goes, nice. It's going to be a big lineup. So, you know, uh,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I like I liked Felix, right?
he looks pretty good.
But Phil's gonna wreck him. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm I'm sorry, especially yeah, no, he's guy's
Oh
got no
yeah.
nah, he's got
Feels a
no
lot
shot
of
against, especially from
feels a
that
lot bigger. Feels a lot
yeah.
bigger.
No,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. What happened to Owens? I just what's up, dude?
The fucking head of
Oh, you might not get good
and
service from the
lightning.
rain. Yeah, no, you might not get good service from the rain, bro. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
bear
What's going
how
on?
long? Not much. How long before you get home?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I only have you. Who else is on?
Dorian's.
I'm on here too,
Oh,
Jason.
there you are. I got you. What's up, guys?
Hey,
All right.
How
So
are you?
far,
yeah,
we're
I'm all
just
good.
right.
we're just waiting for Phil. Bo can't make it tonight. But
All right.
we were just saying how this new kid Felix Norman is doing Chicago, and how Phil is gonna pretty much whip his ass. I think Phil's words were, if he dreams about whipping me, he better wake up and apologize. I think that's what he said.
It sounds like something Phil would say.
I know. I'm trying to I'm trying to start some shit. I hope he comes on. I sent him the link. I hope he comes on. But yeah, listen, it's the kid's first show. What are you gonna do? He's I had him on the show once before. He's a good guy, but and he probably will be a good
Who
bodybuilder.
is he? Who is he? I don't think I know.
I'll look him up. We were just looking him up. Here, hold on. This kid. Felix Norman. He's uh he's a new guy. I think he turned
Right.
pro a couple of years ago. I had him on once before, just as an interview or whatever. Like when I first started the channel. He's a nice kid. Don't get me wrong. He's got nice shape. He's got good work ethic. You know,
Right.
he just needs a couple of years to get uh to get guys to be competitive against guys like Phil and
How
so
old
on.
is
I think he's in his
How
early
old is he?
30s. I think he's in his early 30s. I'm not 100% sure
Right.
though. Jay, you like my shirt, man?
Dude, it's like I'm trying to look without crashing. So what? Read it for me. I see. I
Says I
got a
got
guy.
I got yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Every Italian guy from fucking New Jersey
Yeah.
always has a guy. You tell him you say something like oh I just put an extension on my house. Oh, how much did you pay?
I,
And you
I
tell
got
him
a guy. Right.
yeah, and you go, I just paid 40,000. Oh, you paid too much. You got to go to that guy I go to. He goes, I got a guy. And they all say I got a guy.
Or if you need something done.
Yeah, I got a guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife,
No
my
matter
wife
what
does
it
it.
is. Oh yeah.
Anyway, oh yeah, she has a guy that literally, like, instead of her going to shop when her lease is up for her car, she's got like a car broker and he shops for her. I think that there's a bunch of them. Yeah, and
Oh,
so yeah, and then he'll say he'll shop for the best. deal or whatever. And so then she'll be like, oh, if you need a car, I got a guy. Whatever. It's fucking retarded. Anyway, Phil's going to whip Felix Norman's ass. I'm waiting for him to come on so we could talk some shit. And so did you guys see, but there's actually a lot to talk about today. Did you guys see the debacle that happened between fucking Hostile, Sam Sulik, and Nick Trigili? Oh my God, dude. Did you see the mess? And there's like more. I don't know if you guys.
No, I didn't see that. I missed that one.
Really?
Sam Trigili and Sam. I saw Nick Trigili say something about him.
Sam left Hostile after a year, and I was like, surprise, surprise. No shit, he left. Nobody stays with Hostile for whatever reason. As soon as their contract's up, they leave. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Except for Samson Dowda. He must treat Samson good for whatever reason. But Sam, as soon as the year was out, the Sam was up. Well, anyway, Nick did a video on Instagram because he doesn't have a YouTube channel anymore, saying that he found out that he was only paying Sam Sulik $2,000 a month. Sam's got 3 million subscribers on YouTube. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a few million on TikTok and all that shit, right?
So he wasn't doing it for the money.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, apparently not. So he said he was only paying him $2,000 a month. So Fuad claps back and he puts this video up on Instagram showing Nick. He blurred out all the nasty stuff. But he showed a video of Nick when Nick used to do Gay for Pay.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I did see that. I said, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I quickly jumped on and made a video about it because, that's how I am. Right. And then afterwards, after I did the video, Nick puts up this slide on his Instagram showing Fuad messaged him saying, I'm going to ruin your career. You're going to know it's me, blah, blah, blah. Right. And he puts it up, and I was like, oh, shit, the fuck, man? This guy's bugging. Like, don't get me wrong. I know Nick talks a lot of shit. I get it. But, right? So then there was another video from Johnny Bravo. And Johnny Bravo supposedly spoke directly to Fuad. And Fuad sent him a text message from Mr. Beast. Because you know how everybody was saying, he's not allowed to go on any other podcast? Sam Sulik was not allowed to go on any other podcast.
Right.
So he sends him a text message showing that Mr. Beast reached out to Fuad saying, we want Sam on the show. And Fuad sends him his cell number. And of course, they block it out. But you can see that he sends him his cell number and he says, text him. Here you go. He told Johnny Bravo that the only thing he didn't want him to do was go on like a weekly podcast like we do. Right. And then he asked him about the $2,000 a month, and Fuad denied it. He said, no, that's a lie. But he didn't really show any proof that it was a lie,
Right.
So it was just all this gossip going. Phil.
Yo.
What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, brother. I'm here.
That's right. Yeah.
What's going on?
We were just talking about how you're going to whip, what's his name? Felix Norman's, is that his name? Yeah. How are you going to whip his ass?
Who the hell's Felix?
He's a newbie. He's doing the Chicago Pro, this kid. Yeah, Felix Norman. This kid.
Oh, beautiful. I welcome the challenge.
Yeah, well, look at his back. Look at his back. He might have a problem with those back shots, though, Phil.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Phil, just say it, man. You're going to whip his ass.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm gonna bring my best, and we see what everybody else got. That's all.
Phil, you said we talked privately, and you said if he dreams about whipping you, he's gonna wake up and apologize.
Hey, listen, man. They're coming to take food away from my family, man. So I'm coming geared up. They don't call me the tank. They don't call me the tank for nothing. So I'm ready for war.
Taking Felix's head off, son. I don't know who else is doing the Chicago Pro Open.
I think it's going to be pretty stacked. It's going to be a pretty stacked lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually messaged them and told them he'll be going up against Phil Clahar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I swear to God. I just showed it too.
Hey, listen, my boy Steve Weinberg is the head judge, so long as I bring it, all eyes will be on me. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So there's like a lot of things to talk about. I don't know. First of all, okay. Abdullah and Brandon supposedly split up. His coach,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
What's up, Dorian?
Yo,
what up, big dog? You all right, man?
So here, and I didn't know this, but when Brandon won the Olympia, he gave Abdullah 20% of that prize money.
Huh?
Good.
Yeah.
Very, very, very generous.
Yeah.
That's very generous.
Back then it was what, 400,000?
Yeah.
So 20% is what, 80 grand?
No.
Oh, 40 grand. Sorry.
Ooh. Yep. Unless he owed money back pay.
Yeah, no, wait a minute. I'm bad with math. 10%, 80. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
80.
right.
I was right the first time. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot. I would have gave him like
that's very generous. Very generous.
Yeah,
very
really.
Generous. Shit, he got family out. He got wife and kids at home waiting on him. So
yeah, really. Yeah.
They sacrificed for him too.
That might have been in his contract. I know years ago guys used to do that. They wouldn't take an upfront payment instead of paying them for the prep for the all year training, where they would get a smaller amount and X amount of dollars of the prize money. That's actually not uncommon.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, well, that would make sense, right? But Abdul is not with Oxygen Gym anymore either.
No.
So he's not?
No, he's not. And what do you got? You think Brandon's just gonna go on to a different coach, or think he's retiring?
When did this happen?
Well, I just heard about it today. Brandon didn't say it. Abdullah actually posted it. Abdul the Butcher posted it. Remember that wrestler?
Something had to happen. Something had to happen between them. That's very weird. Something had to happen.
Abdul had nothing but good things to say on his Instagram.
Yeah, but I mean, coaches normally when you leave on good terms, I mean, yeah, but I mean, for that break to happen, they've been together for several years now, right?
Yeah, a while since he won the Olympia. So, well, yeah. I think the year before he won the Olympia.
I don't think he's going to retire, though. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know, because he didn't say anything about retiring, and he still is breaking the top 5 in the Olympia every year. So,
well, what did Abdullah say? They're just not working together anymore?
Yeah, no, he just had all nice things to say, basically saying that it's a beautiful family. It was an honor working with him. He was very generous. He gave me 20% of the Olympia winnings, blah, blah, blah. Wish him the best. Nothing but good things to say about him, you know?
So he's moved on. He'll get it wasn't like, hey, look, he's done. Our work is done. Nothing else for us to do here. So obviously Brandon's probably moving on to somebody else.
That's right. How old is Brandon though now? He's got to be in his
He's in his 40s, early 40s. I think.
Early 40s?
34, something
early
like that,
40s? Yeah. Listen, he's still breaking the top 5 in the Olympics. I mean, look, I don't think he's going to be able to beat the new blood like the Derricks or the Hotties or the Knicks. But last year, what did he come in last year? 4th, 5th?
Fourth, I think.
4th, yeah. Which is pretty damn good, you know.
That's with being in the hospital too. Remember?
That's right. That's right. You're right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So I would give it I would do it one more last time or see how see where the ball bounces. Why the hell not? The next big show is going to be the Mr. Big Evolution show. Not this weekend, the week after that. I think that's in Portugal, right?
Yeah.
And Bonac is doing it. I thought Bonac would.
Bonac is doing that again?
Yeah.
I hear he's doing Dubai too. I'm shocked.
Yeah. Well, Dubai, because they're
it's the money.
Yeah, it's 100,000 if you want. At Dubai, so far, I know Bonac is doing it. Nathan, Nexzilla, and Tabani is doing it. Tabani doesn't have to do it either, but they're doing it for the money, man. But Bonac and Nathan is doing the Mr. Big Evolution next week. So that should be pretty interesting. I mean, I think Bonac should beat him.
Whoa, motherfucker.
Oh, shit. What happened? What happened, Jay?
Dude, this fucking guy just almost took my front end off.
Oh, man. There's a guy I work with, right? So some people don't grow up. It's unbelievable. There's a guy I work with. Good guy, good friend of mine. We've been working together forever. He got into road rage with somebody. He got out of the car and punched him in the face.
Oh, damn.
And the guy called the cops on him. He's married. He's got a kid. He works with me. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, why can't you just control yourself anymore? I mean,
he's lucky because we're in a carry state now. So he's lucky. You can't just get out your car and run up on somebody now.
No,
I
this
know
is
somebody.
this is in New York.
Oh, New York.
Yeah, y'all
Okay.
can't
Yeah.
carry
Yeah,
no
New
guns in
York. New York. They could still carry too.
Oh, really? I
They
don't
can
know.
still carry there too. It's just harder, but you can get it in New York now too. So
What I don't know is who I don't know. What I don't know is who pulled the dumber move. Like, you know, my friend who got out of the car, or the guy that was yelling, because he said he was yelling and screaming at him, and cutting him off in lanes, or that guy. Because sooner or later you're gonna run into a guy like my friend at work, or worse, if you have that attitude, you know. So supposedly my friend.
don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just don't think it's wise now in the times we're in now. I don't think it's wise to get out your car and go to anyone's vehicle when it's a situation like that. When two people are angry, you don't know what that person has in their car, in their vehicle.
That's right.
I don't even like honking at people right now. I've had to restrain myself from honking angrily at people because that even gets escalated now. So
Absolutely, yeah.
I have to try, and because I know if I get out the car compared to a regular person, I look like a monster. So
yeah.
It's like, I got just have to remind myself of that, things like that. So
yeah, the guy will run you over or whatever the case. Yeah. I don't like, if somebody cut me off, I just keep driving. I don't like it. Doesn't like what am I? I get too much to lose at this point. But he got out of the car. Gad, what were you gonna say, Jay?
Dude, I'm to the point. Like, dude, it's fucking bad weather out. It's poor. We just came out of it now, but the roads are wet. There's fucking lightning, high winds. Dude, everybody just wants to get home safe. Like, this guy was driving like a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And dude, you know what? Go get the fuck out of my way.
And that's it.
My younger, more anabolic years are over. So,
yeah.
Dude, I just want to get home to my fucking family, dude. I've been driving all fucking day. I want to get home. I want to train in the morning. That's it.
Yeah. So my friend gets out of the car, and he said that the guy was a big fat guy yelling at him. So the guy goes to get out of the car. He shuts the door and then cracks him in the face because his window is open and his face is bleeding. And the guy immediately grabs his phone and starts filming him going, "I'm going to the police now. I got you." And I'm like, oh my God, this is, I was like, dude, why couldn't you just drive off? And his daughter was in the car. His daughter's like 10 or 12 years old. Oh God, she was crying. But he's just wired that way. When he was a kid, when he was in 19 or 20, he put a kid in a coma, and then he was on he left the state. He grew up in the Bronx. He left the state, and he was on the run because they were looking for him for a while. So
he wouldn't live too long over here in Florida.
Yeah, right, exactly, right, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Dorian, when was the last time you got into an actual, not pushing, shoving, but an actual throwing hands fist fight?
Oh man, I had to retire my hands from hurting people. I became a chiropractor.
Oh, that's right.
I'm big and athletic. I've got a history with wrestling. I've learned. I remember when I was in college, I got in 2 scuffles. I'm like, I can't fight no more. But I got one more fight a couple of years ago, later in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, at a bar.
Oh, that's weird.
Guy was coming up all territorial, and I thought he was just insane for even trying to come up and try to fight me. But he was throwing punches at me, and I just smacking him down like it was nothing. Picked him up and dropped him on his head, punched him once, and got out of the bar. I didn't try to hurt him. He had no chance.
Yeah.
But that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah. I don't. The last time I actually threw hands, got into a fight, it was over 20 years ago. Seriously, I'm not talking push, shoving, yelling, but actually, both people throwing hands. It's got to be mid to late 20s. I think it was in a club. Well, it was in Hunka Bunker. Remember that club, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story. What happened though? My wife is 45. For her 40th birthday, I took her to Las Vegas, right? And we went out to eat, and then afterwards we went to New York, because they have this big bar there, and it was probably like midnight or so, and it was packed. So I'm trying to get by and I tapped this guy. This guy's facing the bar. We're trying to get around him. So I tapped this guy in the back. I said, excuse me. And he turns around and he pulls me toward him like he's going to kiss me. So I shoved him, right? I was like, yo, I shoved him. And he was so drunk, he almost collapsed, right? And then my wife immediately starts pushing me. No fighting, no fighting. We're not going to fight. And she starts pushing me. And I'm on the other side of the bar. And now, you know how it is. Like he was testing your manhood, right? Especially when you're trying to kiss me. Like, I'm thinking, I'm going to kill this guy, right? And I just had it, right? So his friend from across the bar looks at me and goes like this. Like almost to apologize, like made a gesture to apologize, you know? What about you, Phil? When was the last time you actually had to put somebody to sleep? Yeah.
Man, I don't even, back in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a verbal situation, I think last year in the gym. I guess a member, you're not allowed to use a tanning bed if the gym isn't open. So he was given the young lady, because there's girls that work in the office. So now I'm like security there as well. So, he was cussing up a storm, and I said, listen, we had got fined, so they can't let anybody tan till 10 o'clock when the gym open. And then they start cursing and acting like a fool to me. So I said, I appreciate if you. And this is a week out from my show, so I'm a little off stage. I'm on like 30 grams of halos, and I said, I appreciate if you don't, yell at me. And then he said it again. I said, well, I advise you to leave the gym. But I'm yelling now. So everybody in the gym is like, holy shit, Phil's about to get down. And the guy, he walks out, and then he starts yelling from the parking lot, you prejudiced motherfucker, right? Because there's a white. God. So everybody started laughing. And it was like, don't you know, like, your wife is white, right?
Yeah.
So other than that, honestly, I don't even let myself get that far. It's just not worth it. I'll walk away. I'm a better man to walk away. Just don't physically put your hands on me.
Right. There's too much. So that was Felix Norman, right? That did that.
Right.
What about you, Luke? When was the last time? I think it's good.
My last time was probably in 2015.
Oh, you knew the year.
No, 2005. 2005.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when it was. This was my father's bar. One of the barmaids, she's pregnant, and one of the guys who's drunk. Yeah, she was working, and she was standing outside, because I always stood outside with security. I always like to see what's coming in, because my parents were in there, and I know you could bribe security to get whatever you want in.
Right.
So
how pregnant was this chick?
She was a few months pregnant. She was a bartender. So, and one of the guys, because she was like family to us. One of the guys, he was drunk. He tried to touch her stomach, and she said, "Don't touch my stomach."
Right.
And then he went to do it again, and I slapped his hands away. And I said, "She said, don't touch his stomach." Then he went to, like, I thought he was gonna choke me, because he put his hands up like he was gonna grab my neck, and then I just threw my fist.
That's it.
Like on instinct, real quick. And then security chased him, and then he down the street. He fell down, security chased him down the street. that was it. That was the last time I really had to, like, put hands on anyone.
Jay's last time he fought was to get his product on a shelf. He beat the shit out of the guy, the owner of the supplement store. When was the last time you got into a fight, Jay?
Yeah, not too proud, dude. Not too proud.
Really?
I've had a couple incidents,
Recently?
Yeah. They ended quick. It was a couple altercations. It got a little physical, and one guy got a little too fucking close and put his hands on me, and I fucking hip tossed him onto the ground, and he immediately just submitted. That was a couple summers ago.
All right, now let's reverse it. When was the last time you got your ass handed to you? Because I'll tell you a story when I got the shit kicked out of me. Everybody wants to talk about being a tough guy. Let's talk about the opposite.
I never lost a fight.
Really? I fought this Puerto Rican kid one time.
I've gotten hit. I've gotten hit in fights, but I've never lost a fight. No.
I fought this Puerto Rican kid one.
Nothing to be proud of, dude. I don't want to fight anybody. You know.
I fought this Puerto Rican kid one time in high school. He hit me 3 times before I even knew the fight started.
Yeah,
I even remember his name, Eric Ibanez. I'll never forget it, bro. It was like we were pushing and shoving and stuff, and then bah, 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 bah. I was like, oh shit! It was like that movie with Chris Tucker, and he goes, "Which one of y'all hit me?" Oh shit! Yeah, I know. I always do. Every time guys at work talk about, I was like, oh, okay, now tell me a story about when you got your ass kicked.
I got a knife fight once in Staten Island.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh damn!
Now, did both of you have a knife? What was this, West Side Story?
Dude, let me tell you, I always carry a knife on me. Okay, just to have it. I've always had a knife, and especially recently because I'm always cutting boxes. I'm always,
when I'm at work, I always have a knife. Yeah.
Dude, this one night, I go out with a friend of mine, go out with a couple friends of mine in Staten Island to that. Dude, you would know the place. This is back when I was back in my Staten Island days.
Okay.
What was it? Level 1? What was that place called?
Oh, it was on the corner, right? It was like a corner bar.
Dude, nothing fucking good ever happened.
Nothing nothing
right?
good. Yeah, nothing good ever happened there. Yeah.
So, dude, the one fucking night, I forget to bring a knife. Okay. We're across the street in that deli. You know the deli that was across the street from the club.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm with a friend of mine, and I'm like getting some water or something out of the cooler, and all of a sudden I hear him getting into it with 2 fucking guys.
Yeah.
So I guess they didn't realize I was with him. So I position myself around, so I make sure I have him covered. I make sure the other guy's not going to get involved. And dude, the other kid goes across and reaches across the counter and grabs the deli knife.
Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, a long ass fucking serrated blade. And he makes an attempt to lodge at my fucking friend, and I get in front of him, and he waves the knife at me, and dude, I just fucking smacked his hands. The knife falls to the ground. I pick it up, and he just starts fucking running. So I'm chasing this kid across the street with a fucking knife in my hand. Dude, I didn't want to cut the guy, but dude, I want to hold him accountable at least, So
yeah.
Dude, he runs into the fucking club. The bouncers grab me. I'm like, dude, this fucking guy just pulled a knife from my friend. Get him the fuck out here. Dude, they dragged the kid out. I didn't use the knife. I gave the knife to the bouncers and smacked the kid once or twice. The cops came in and they arrested the kid.
Yeah, no, that place, for some reason, I don't know. That's because they're all like wannabe tough guys, and it was just terrible.
But dude, you pull a fucking knife on a
and then you run.
Well, dude, but not just that, but he pulled it on a guy who had his back to him while he was fighting with his friend.
Yeah,
it was just a pussy move,
Yeah, my brother had 2 guys that used to work for him, right? And there's this one guy, Richie, and this guy Joe. And Richie kind of always went off on what do you call it? They were driving to a job. They had one of the work trucks, and my brother's a contractor. And Richie always road rage, yelling and screaming. And he gets into it with they go into a deli early in the morning because they're going to a job, and there's a guy who's a tow truck driver, and he's picking up like a 6-pack of beer, and he starts telling him, it's people like you that that my mother shouldn't be on the road because you're gonna be drinking and driving, all this shit, right? And they get into it, so on and so forth. And the guy finally, they get into the parking lot, and the guy Joe is sitting in the car, right? So another tow truck pulls up, and this guy starts kicking the shit out of the guy Rich in the middle of the parking lot, right? So the other guy Joe gets out of the car, but there's another tow truck driver, and so Joe gets out of the car, and the other tow truck driver, this is like early 2000s, picks up his shirt, and he's got a pistol in his pocket, and he goes, "Go back in your car." And Joe turned around and right back.
Yeah.
Just watched him get his ass whipped till it was over.
Damn.
All right. Back to bodybuilding. Sorry. All right. Dorian, you got to make your announcement. You're doing another show.
Yeah, I was kind of sick from my last 2 shows, and I just don't feel like putting my best self on stage. And I'm itching to do it. So I'm still in great shape. I'm gonna jump in.
You look like
What?
you're still lean. Yeah.
Yeah, I put a little bit of fat on my back, but I can rip that right off.
Yeah. So
But
you're doing Tampa, right?
Tampa Pros 5.5 weeks out. Texas Pros 6.5 weeks out.
Are you
Phil,
gonna do
you
both
doing
of
both
them?
of them?
Yeah, I'm doing Tampa. Texas, listen, I plan on winning Chicago, but I'm still gonna do Tampa because it's at home. But I'm still thinking about if I might do Texas. I don't, if it's if I go, I'm honest. I'm not beating Andrew Jack. I'm not an idiot. I'm not beating Andrew Jack, but
Andrew
if I
Jack
decide to go,
sucks, bro. You'll fucking smoke him.
no, listen, I know the game. I know the game, and I know why he picked that show. He won it twice. It's no way. Uh, but yeah, no, Tampa's going to be really good because De La Rosa is doing it. Tampa's going to be
Oh, that's gonna be
uh,
stacked.
pretty damn stacked. So, and it's at home, and I didn't do it last year because I was getting ready for the Master Olympia. So yeah, we're definitely doing Tampa, and then we'll think about it because I think Texas is a week after Tampa. We'll
Right.
see.
Yeah. De La Rosa, I spoke to him, and his game plan is to win Tampa because I forgot the 2 shows he did where he came in really good. He came in really good, but he didn't win. He came in he looked really good in Arnold. And then he did a show after that, right? Am I right?
I think it's Arnold UK.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it looked really good. And so he shut it down because he was trying to put more size on. And then he wants to win Tampa and go to the Olympia. So he's gunning to win that show in Tampa. Now, I don't know if it was a mistake or not. I have no idea because it's not really a large amount of time to put that much muscle on. I don't know, but
No,
that was his game. That's his game plan,
yeah. I never, as a professional bodybuilder, and unless you're these elite, top 5 Mr. Olympians, don't ever really count on. You got to have a backup plan. That's all I
Right.
can say. Have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Tampa's going to be very tough. He had a very good battle with Labrada last
Oh
year,
yeah.
but it wasn't really honestly, no taller, well structured guy at Tampa at the time. So I love De La Rosa. So it'll be a good good thing to stand next to him and see what happens.
Yeah, because it's 2 completely different physiques. That'll definitely be interesting. Yo, this year's bodybuilding season is amazing. Last year
Yeah.
sucked. Remember that? Last year it was just like nobody was competing. You had maybe 1 or 2 guys in every show. It was horrible. And I think he gave a couple of guys some false hope because a couple of guys that came in like 3rd, 4th, that and then this year they coming in and they're getting smoked because now the lineups are stacked,
Yeah.
But this year it's and this is what I like to see. I like to see a competitive what do you call it, lineup, because that's what makes the sport great. I'm glad that Bonak's still doing the show and Tabani's still doing the show and Nathan's going to keep going, because it's great that that you qualify for the Olympia, but why not? You're a pro bodybuilder. I mean, Jay used to talk about this with me all the time, where
Make some
these guys,
money.
yeah, and the days of doing 4 or 5 shows in a year is kind of falling to the wayside. Everybody kind of wants to just qualify and then do the Olympia, which I get. I understand it,
Dude,
but
perfect your craft. Learn how to peak. Learn how to manipulate your body. It's a perfect time.
uh,
Everybody's so worried about my health. I'm like, dude, it's just the dehydration part. But you really got to learn your body and work on your posing, work on your stage presence. Dude, there's so many guys nowadays that don't look comfortable on stage still,
yeah,
and it's because they don't fucking practice. You got to
right,
do
right, right.
shows on stage. You got to get that confidence. Yeah, they look great in the mirror. They look great when they're posing with their coaches. But then you put them up there against the other guys, and it's like they forget how to pose.
Yeah, that only makes sense, right? What was the most amount of shows you did in a year, Jay?
Well, in the pro scene, I probably at least four a year. But dude, even on the national scene, I was, USA is the nationals. It was, I mean, look, as an amateur, well, I wasn't one of those guys. Like I kind of enjoyed being on stage. I was comfortable, but as a smaller pro, there wasn't that. There wasn't as many shows back then as there is now.
Mhm.
You know, it was the Iron Man, the San Fran, and the Arnold. You know, those were the three shows that were in the winter. Then it was the New York Pro in Toronto. And unless you're going overseas,
Yeah, not
that
too
was
many
it.
people went overseas back then. But then
Yeah,
the
so
New York Pro, was it the New York Pro? What was it back then?
the Night of the Champions.
Night of Champions. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
so we didn't have as many opportunities to compete. So you did the three. If you did the three, you know, the San Fran, the Ironman, and the Arnold, which I did, and then the Toronto, the Night of the Champions, and if you hopefully qualify for the Olympia,
Well,
that was it.
well, Dorian's doing that. I mean, Dorian's knocking out shows. If all goes to plan, you'll probably wind up doing 4 shows, right, Dorian?
Yeah. I think 3 seasons in, I racked up 14 shows. I think I did 4 1 year, then 5 2 years in a row.
Really?
Yeah, that's how you do it. I mean, dude, it beats you up. It beats you up, but dude, you improve. And I know people talk, and everybody's, you know, has their opinions, but dude, there's no reason why you can't put on muscle when you're preparing for a show. I get it the last three or 4 weeks, but in that training mode, you know, when you're on the right gear and a positive nitrogen balance, dude, you can put on tissue and even help, you know, mature the muscle that you have, and just give it that good deep hard look, and you know, it makes a difference when you see guys that have prepared all year and trained all year and then put it together. You know, there's no reason why people can't do that.
Phil, do you agree with that? Do you think you could put on some muscle when you're preparing for a show?
I mean, it depends on the individual. I mean, I believe some people can. You know, it depends on the genetic gift the individual have. But I tap out at 3. I don't go more than 3.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen guys in the past grow into a show, but they're few and far between. Like Kevin Levrone would grow into a show, but he was a freak of nature.
Yeah, he's a freak. I saw that guy come out of retirement, and the amount of muscle he put on when he came back the last time.
Yeah, yeah.
Kevin Lebron's a different monster, completely
Yeah.
different.
The story was that he got hurt, and he took some time off, and he, you know, came off everything, and he healed up, and he had, you know, only a certain amount of time to get ready for the next show, and he wound up looking fantastic. And I don't know if he won or if he broke the top 2, whatever the case may be. And he's like, well, if I could do that instead of being on gear and being overweight all year, I'll just do that. And that's what he would do every year. And he looked like a normal person. Like, really, he looked like a regular dude. And then you see him like a month out of the show. You're like, who is this freak? Jesus Christ, he's a monster. You know, but you know, those guys are few and far between. There's all, you know who is a gifted bodybuilder? Jay, you remember? Oh God, what's his name? He died. Leon, help me out.
Brown?
Leon Brown. Yeah. That guy would go into the gym and he would just do chest and buys. That's it. He literally, every time you speak to him, because he used to work out in Pump and Iron, and he'd be like, Leon, what are you training up? Chest and buys, like every day. And his legs would look great, his back would look great. Joe,
hey guys, I gotta bail out, dude. I just got home. I gotta load my car.
All right, Owens, we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you. Sorry, I gotta cut out.
No problem.
No problem.
Later. Luke, did you know him? Did you know Leon?
No, I didn't. I never met him.
Really? Well, he died. When did he die? He died a couple of years ago, right? Yeah, he was the guy that actually introduced Akeem Williams to bodybuilding.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the story was Akeem was on the bus. He was a young guy. He was in Brooklyn, and Leon Brown's wife was on the bus. And she said to him, you know, my husband is a bodybuilder. He could really help you. And so he's like, really? And so they got in touch with Leon. I think Leon hooked him up with Dave Palumbo. I think that's the whole story. And that's how Akeem started in bodybuilding, you know. And if that's the case, you know, you're destined to be a bodybuilder. When you're on the bus and somebody says you should be a bodybuilder, you know, like that's your destiny, you know, really. And you know, it's just like, anyway, Phil, You paying attention to any of this gossip that's going on with Hostile Supplements and Sam Sulik and Nick Trigili?
Well, remember now, I don't know what episode we did. I did say I don't believe Sam was going to resign with Hostile. I did say that on here. Because I didn't see the reason why he signed in the first place. Nothing against Fuad, but I mean the guy's making a shit ton of freaking money. Like, to me, I think he took a loss.
Yeah,
I don't think he really
looks like.
gained, but it probably came down to, he wanted more money, and I mean, which rightfully so. And probably it just didn't work out.
No, listen, the guy's I think he's got 3 million subscribers on YouTube, which means he's making bank just from YouTube every month, right? He's making bank just from YouTube every month. And all he does is video himself working out and talking about weightlifting. And then he signs a contract where you want him to travel all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, Nick Trigili revealed that he was only getting $2,000 a month, right? From Hostile. That's what he said, So Fuad denies it, but he didn't prove that he did or didn't. He just denied it,
Right.
But and Sam seems like a really quiet dude. Like, doesn't look like he really wants to do that. Doesn't look like he really wants to.
I don't think his personality is big with the traveling. And I think that also that Arnold thing, because remember, he was when he was signing autographs and he left, the line was like super long, and Ford was offering these package deals to cut the line.
Yes.
I think Sam, after a while, man, he was like, "This is not me." I think that's really what was settling in. This is not him. It's not his lifestyle. It's not what he's about. And he just waited till his thing was over, and he did what he had to do.
I think you're right, because Johnny Bravo did a video on it. We were talking about it before you came on, and Fuad sent a text message to Johnny Bravo showing that Mr. Beast, who is, I think he's the biggest YouTube channel, right? Wanted Sam Sulik on his show, and on the text message you could see Fuad said, text him, and he sent him his number. Obviously, they blocked out his number, and Sam never was on the show. So he just seems like that kind of guy that just doesn't really want to be, he's the complete reverse of me. Like, I'll go on anybody's show. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He just wants to.
The key thing now is, which is, this is just speculation. How long is Samson Data is going to stay on Hustle?
Yeah. I don't know. They seem to be fine. Those are he's the only one that seems to be fine.
Well, we thought him and Milos was fine too, and look what came out.
That's true. That's true.
You just never know. You never know. I mean, I never really dealt with Fuad. Of course, I got my own personal opinion about him, because I believe he doesn't like me. He never had anything positive to say about me, even when I compete. But it is what it is. But at the end of the day, when you're running a business, who you are and who you truly are eventually comes out, and your business will eventually, and your reputation is going to suffer in the long run. So we'll see how the cards play out. I mean, I wish the guy the best, man. I mean, he does very well with his podcast, him and Ian and everybody else. I wish him the best regardless of what happened.
Now, let me ask you, Dorian, and Luke too. You guys are both pros, but Dorian, you can go first. With everything, this is what I want to know. With all the crap that's going around Hostile and Fuad, or people leave and all the gossip and all the bullshit, if he wanted to sign another pro athlete and he approached you, Dorian, would you consider it, or would you be like, nah, that's just too much of a headache?
How much money are we talking?
Right.
That's really the big thing when it comes down to it. Now, he'll never offer me sponsorship after I'm about to say what I'm about to say. But, I mean, I don't really like his podcast. I don't like the topics. I don't like what they talk about. I don't like how he treats the professional athletes that he works with. Why would I want to work with him? And just like Phil, he's never said a damn thing positive about me in his life. So, I'd rather work with somebody who wants to work with me and believes in me.
Right. Luke, what do you think?
Well, I watch how people treat others. And so if you came to me and you have a shitty record with everybody else, I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah, and because I think that's going to be...
There's a such thing as integrity. So if you don't have any integrity, then, it's useless.
And Nick said that. Nick said that on a show. You know, to sign another big name is going to be difficult because you have all this bad relationships with the guys that you sign. I said in response, I think he'll be able to sign the young guys coming up, guys that want a shot and guys that want a chance. But an established athlete, I don't know. I don't know if he'd want to take a chance. You know, why be in that drama when you could go to old school or you go to Redcon or you go to MD or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Muscle Tech, whatever the case is. And I think, you know, after I did that video, I disagreed with Nick and I thought that, well, you're going to have some young guys that are going to want a shot. But now that I think about it, and I asked you two guys, I think it's going to be a real drawback for Fuad. And another thing is, I don't know why he can't ignore it. Like, ignore the shit talk, because the more that you roll in the mud with guys like Nick, the more that you look guilty.
Yeah.
Right? Like he is, I don't know if he still is, but at one point he had he was the top podcast, one of the top podcasts in bodybuilding. And if you look at other top podcasters in whatever genre they're in, they never get down in the mud and roll around. Even no matter how much shit people talk, they just ignore it and keep doing their thing and keep doing their thing. It's almost like, why are you giving legitimacy to people that are trying to slap you down? Right? Even if it's real, even if it's true, you just ignore it. You think people don't talk shit about Joe Rogan or Mr. Beast or PBD or Vlad TV? Of course people talk shit, but they never acknowledge it. Never. And I'm of the opinion that you're one of the biggest podcasters in bodybuilding. You should just take the high road and ignore it. That's because it just makes you look guilty and it makes you look petty, you know, because there's always going to be guys like Nick, and I'll put myself in that category. I had one of Fuad's friends on, or I interviewed him and he talked a lot of shit about Fuad. There's always going to be guys that are going to gossip, especially now with podcasting and Instagram and TikTok. There's always going to be guys that talk shit. Yeah. And if you are on the top of your game, you should just ignore it like it's not even there. What do you think, Phil?
No, I totally agree with what you're saying. I mean, how to respond to if somebody makes, you know, a sarcastic comment, how to respond. Now, I can't say Patty won't respond. You know what I'm saying?
Where is she? Where is she?
She's working. She's working.
Oh, she's working.
But she's another one. The other day, she's showing me somebody that's doing the Chicago. I said, listen, what did I tell you? I said, don't let me know who's doing no show. I don't care, nor do I worry about it. You know what I mean? It's because if you have to do that in scope and see who's doing the show, then you're telling me you got concerns. I have them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know if I'm at my best, I know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I just don't got time to worry about who's doing shows. I love going up against the best of the best because I take, second to one of the top level pros in the world. That's still a win for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't pay attention, but that's just Patty. She always has my back regardless of what goes down and what people say. So
Patty's great. Madam Muscle Talk is great. You should, you know what you should do, Phil? One of those days, like a week or two before a contest, if you really don't feel like coming on, just have a sub in for you. Like just have
she might be coming on probably the last 2 weeks.
Don't even tell me. Just have her come on. She's
good. A lot of people enjoy like when she does the videos, because she shares them with family and also on my Instagram. A lot of people, I mean, she's very knowledgeable. She's been in the game for a very long time. She doesn't sugarcoat shit, and she doesn't code her words. She's going to tell you how it is, and I respect her for it. So,
Dorian, your opinion on whether Fuad should acknowledge this crap or should he hit back? Because when he put that video up of Nick Trigilli doing the gay porn on Instagram,
that was bad.
That really put a bad taste in my mouth about him.
That was low.
Yeah, that was really, and it wasn't like, and Nick had admitted it before. Now, I didn't know there was video footage, but apparently there is, obviously. But that was like, oh man, like, oof,
what gets me though, John? a lot of these pros back in the day all did this shit.
That's right. Yeah.
I've heard Chris Cormier and some other people on podcasts with Dennis even speaking about it, like back in their, selling your trunks after wearing them, meeting people in hotels, taking pictures because they had to make money.
Yeah.
They you know what I mean? Back then, that was how they made money. But it is what it is. But yeah, you're right. To clap back like that, which Phil Viz now came back into the game. Did you see Phil Viz video?
No, what did he do?
Oh, shit. Well, Phil Viz came back in and basically was saying, so you're against the LGBT? And like Phil like,
he flipped it on him.
He took the video down.
Did he really?
The video down when Phil came back like that, basically, so it isn't okay to be gay. And, Ian, he called out Ian too. Like, I was like, oh shit, Phil Viz don't give a fuck. He just, he don't give a fuck.
Well, it's unfortunate because I got it up on my video that I did and it's there and I'm not taking it down. So yeah, because I showed it. I did as soon as it came out. Like I was driving to I was gonna go to my mother's. I had to take care of her this Sunday, right? I was gonna go take care of her. I was gonna take her to church, whatever, all that. And all of a sudden it comes out, and I was like, I gotta do this now. And it's just like, and I was like,
I gotta strike while it's hot.
Oh yeah, and I jumped on it quick, and I had it up within the hour. And so it's great that Fuad took his down. But if you want to look at mine, go right ahead. It's there. It's basically you'll see it, man. It's already got over 1,000 views or something like that. But anyway, so Luke, what do you think? Should Fuad just have ignored it, or do you agree with him coming after him like that?
He should have ignored it, because when two people start going at it like that, you can't tell who's the fool.
Right.
So,
right.
It's that right there. I mean, people say stuff. People are gonna criticize everything we do. There are people that criticize my videos on Instagram, and I'm like, I'll reply, but I don't reply. I reply in a way that, okay, thanks for the comment. Anytime you're in town, you're more than welcome to come in the gym and show me how to do it correctly. Yeah, I mean, or when it gets out, even when it gets outrageous, their comment, I'm like, okay, I just slide over and push the delete button, because you came and commented on my page, and I have the power to do that.
That's right.
So it's like, now no one sees your comment.
Yeah,
you just wasted time. So that's how I look at it. I mean, you have the power on your page. So if someone comes on your page, type something or says something you don't like, just delete it.
That's it.
You have the power.
Yeah. I don't. The only time I delete, I get a lot of negative comments on my YouTube channel. Majority of them are positive, but I get negative ones. I've only deleted one, and it was because I interviewed this guy on my other channel, and he was a former mafia member, and his daughter recently overdosed because whatever she was using had fentanyl in it, and she died. And somebody wrote a really nasty message about his daughter.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, nah, we're getting rid of that. No way. No, I'm lying. I deleted another one because I did a video when I interviewed Fuad's friend. Somebody put Fuad's address in the comment section.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know. And Fuad messaged me on Instagram. I was like, oh shit. So I was at work. So I contacted the girl that edits the stuff for me. I was like, look, you got to take this down, and she took it down right away. And I sent him, I said, okay, it's down. Sorry about that. Look, you listen, I'll talk shit, but there's gotta be a line. I am not out to hurt people. There's no way that's going to happen, but I don't know, Dorian, how do you react when people say nasty shit, or you just ignore it?
Kind of passive aggressive, like Luke Mon did.
Yeah.
I totally ignore it, or I just erase it. Put that type of energy. If somebody's trying to shit on you with their bad energy, if you play into it, just like Luke Mon was saying, it's like you both playing the fool.
That's right. 100%.
So a lot of these people, I'll look at who's making these stupid comments on my posts, and they've got like 0 followers. They've got 0 posts.
Yeah.
Profile anyways. Why waste my time?
They're like ghost profiles. Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah. I go look it up, and it's like just like a letter L or something, and no subscribers, no followers. It's unbelievable. Anyway, all right, gentlemen. I just got one thing to say. Felix Norman, my boy Phil, is coming for you. You don't have a snowball's chance in hell.
Listen, stop it, man. The guy's doing his pro debut. Stop it. He has an opportunity and a chance.
He's gonna
I'm
take
gonna
the
love on him
diapers
just like
off
I
you,
love on
you
everybody
baby, and
else that
spank you.
competes. But I'm still gonna spank his ass. You're damn right.
All right, gentlemen. Listen, have a great night. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right. Much love and respect. And
All
remember,
right,
like,
guys.
share,
Take it easy.
subscribe. Later.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
All right. Peace.
Later.